We are at the final part of the Banjo-Kazooie Let's Play, folks. Sorry it's taken quite a while for this last part to come out. I've mostly been, I was quite busy at work for a brief spell, and I decided to take a couple of weeks off for, over, Christmas and New Year's in particular. Don't interrupt me, Grunty. Fuck off. But yeah, no, we've returned, we're back, and we're ready to finish this shit. But first things first, we got a board game to play. Welcome all, Grunty's the name. Banjo's here to play my game. Blah blah blah, blah blah blue. I don't care, just give me some pants. But yeah, no, I already remember how all this stuff works. But yeah, no, this whole thing is basically a trivia question, a trivia game. Series of questions all about the game, and yeah, you answer them correctly, you advance to space. If you answer them incorrectly, however, you lose health. First things first. Let's go and activate this cauldron here, because that'll be handy a little bit later on. Oh, fuck me! I didn't mean to... No, go back. Go back. Hey, do you remember that from Toy Story 2? 3, 2, 1... Ah, it didn't work. Right, fine. Fuck you, John Lasseter. For that and a few other things. Alright, first question. Lintel answers all I seek. About this game, you furry geek. Let's see. Play My Music is this game. What's the church ghost hand's name? His name was Motzand. Yeah, I remember most of the answers to this. Alright, visual question. See the picture on my screen. Oh yeah, that's easy. That's Treasure Trove Cove. It's arguably a little bit tougher in Banjo-Tooie because you are... Okay, actually, which way do I want to go? I think I want to go this way. Because then you actually have opponents. What are its colours that make me buff? There we go. Alright, audio question. Alright, I need a moment. Oh yeah, no, that's piss easy. Let's see, yeah. That is the Stilt Stride. God, I often do forget that that's the name of that move, actually. Alright. Yeah, let's get a joker. You pick up items on the ground. Which one makes this? Eggs. Eggs make that sound. Blue eggs, to be specific. There aren't any musical goats in the game. Don't try and trick them. I'm not going to bother going after the extra life. The skull space is here. If you get the question wrong, you get dumped into the lava, and it's an instant, and and you lose life. Here's a character from the game. Do you know the dumb thing's name? You're not even trying, are you, Grunty? Jesus Christ. Oh, actually, I've got two jokers. Maybe they give me one earlier on. Gobi's cactus conceals a prize. Tell me what, if you think you're wise. Let's see, it was an extra honeycomb piece. Yeah, because it was the big one with a giant mouth and eyes. Prepare yourself to take a whack. Pick this test. You won't come back. Oh, okay, yeah, no, this one's gonna be easy. I've only got a few gold feathers left, but I should have enough. In fact, actually, I'll save the rest and just make it. Actually, yeah, I'll actually try fighting these things more properly. Just to finish it off. There we go. The time trials are probably the hardest bits of the whole thing. Alright, so this is a question about Grunty. This is what Brentilda helped us out with. I went back and re-reviewed all of the answers just to be safe, but we should be good. I usually curl up in a heap. Where does Grunty like to sleep? You like to sleep, I believe, in a pigsty. That's a secret. How did you know? How'd you know? Did my sister tell you so? Yep. Yeah, these are the, yeah, instant death. I'm gonna be using my jokers on here. How do I use the joker again? Yeah, it's, okay, X button. Let's see. So I think I'm going to go... I want at least one more joker, so I'm gonna actually go this way for a bit. That's Mot's. Oh, I think. Wait, yeah, is that Mot's hand again, or is it? Oh, hang on, I'll see what the answers are. Napper. That's Napper, the sleeping ghost. Oh my fucking god! Is that why they made Napper a ghost in Dragon Ball Z Abridged? Was that a Banjo-Kazooie reference, or am I just like, yeah, clutching at the bit? I don't know. Not this tough to get past. Oh fuck yeah! Sorry, I wasn't really paying attention to the question there. I was ranting about Ghost Napper. A ghostly hand who hears this way in the church. What did he play? He played a gigantic organ. Actually, tell you, if I get any of the questions wrong, I'll point out which. I'll edit in whichever answer was the correct one. See the picture on my screen. Do you know where you have been? That's Treasure Trove Cove again. That's just that's under the water on the pirate ship. I cannot lie. I tell the truth. What's hanging from my bedroom roof? Well, you mean ceiling, because the roof is the outer bit, but it's smelly socks. Because that would be quite as gross if they were just hanging from the roof, because they wouldn't be inside your house, but it would be weird. Do you know where you have been? Yeah, it's Mumbo's Mountain. Of course. But yeah, if once you played this game as many times as I have, most of these questions are a cinch as long as you're paying attention. Should remember, but we'll see. If this is heard, where would you be? Yeah, that's inside the Hornet Hive. Listen up, and now then make your choice. Which character has this dumb voice? Mumbo, again. You're really not trying. Okay. I mean, granted, I also was pretty good at remembering the, actually, I'll tell you what. Okay. I'm gonna use a joker here. Yeah, granted, I was also pretty good at the quiz for, ukulele, and nobody remembers ukulele. Who hides a jigsaw in the sand? Grab her the mummy hand. Visual. I do believe that's inside the Termit Mound of Mumbo's Mountain. Yeah. Look at my build. Muscles taut. What's my most enjoyable sport? You enjoy loogie flicking. I could cuddle and fight. What do I take to bed at night? You take to bed, I believe, your dirty undies. I mean, so do I, but I'm usually wearing them. You should remember, but we'll see if it... Oh, hang on. Oh, I believe that should be the walrus cave of Bruzeezy Peak. Yeah, inside the walrus's cave. Got another one of these to do. Alright, fine, I'll do this one. Oh yeah, I know this one. I've got to spell Banjo-Kazooie backwards. Alright, yeah, I might need to concentrate for this. Oh shit, no. Okay, yeah, I'm probably not gonna beat this one. Z A and then where's K? K O. Yeah. 10. Oh wait, no, hang on, I've got this. Yeah, I got this. Clutch! Yeah! Suck on that, you old bag. Dobie's Valley had many a trick. How many pyramids? Take your pick. Let's see, I think there was 4. Yeah, there was 4. Fuck you. Guess this right, or you may lose. What's the only colour I'd choose? Gruesome green, of course. And with that, we win. Well, not the whole game, but we won the furnace run. But yeah, that's the route that I typically tend to prefer, because because basically you get at least 4 jokers and there's only 3 insta-death spots, so you get one joker to use wherever you want. Anyway, she's gonna fuck off up the stairs to make preparations for the final boss fight. Oh, did you see the camera clipping through a bit of the through a bit of the wall there? Yeah, it's very tempting to go with the washer and dryer set that the lovely Mr. Smithers is standing by, or you could trade it all in for what's in this box. The box, the box. But yeah, no, in all seriousness, how was your Christmas and New Year's, guys? I actually had quite a lovely one myself. As we all know, around December 7th was a very important day for video games, particularly for owners of a Nintendo Switch, because a very much anticipated game came out that day. I'm of course talking about Katamari Damacy Reroll, which I absolutely loved to pieces. It was actually probably one of my favourite games of 2018, alongside stuff like Spider-Man for the PS4, which was I'm actually quite surprised how good the story for that game was actually. Oh yeah, and I suppose also there was also another game that came out that day called Smash Brothers Ultimate, which I played a bit of. It's alright. You go play it. You have fun. But yeah, no, it was all about in all seriousness, it was actually all about Reroll for me, because I live in the UK, and the original Katamari Damacy was never released in the UK. Was never released in Europe. The reason why was that I think it was something like the developers thought that European audiences wouldn't really be into it because of how strange and niche it was. To the point where the only reason they released it in America was basically on a gamble. They just thought, you know what, the population's that massive, we might as well give it a shot. Turns out it was a big hit, and they ended up releasing We Love Katamari worldwide without ever releasing the original. So Reroll is the first ever time the game was officially launched in the UK, so of course I had to jump on that bandwagon. Anyway, yeah, this is just the credit sequence. I think I'm just gonna skip this, if I'm honest. Yeah, there we go. Actually, yeah, no, I think there is a cutscene that does play. There is a cutscene actually that does play if you let that whole thing roll out, which I will edit in now.
You're an idiot.
So, with our barbecue rudely interrupted, we now have to finally take on Grunty herself. First things first, we have access to the full board now, which we can use to grind up any extra lives that we otherwise wouldn't have gotten. But yeah, no, I must say though, my apologies for skipping over that bit. Unfortunately, this was all back in the day when, the post-credit scene was completely, would end up being completely skipped if you, if you skipped over the credits. But yeah, not a humongous amount to miss out on, but hey, what can you do? Alright, let's head up there then. Let's finish this shit. Yeah, there's the last cauldron, just in case you want a shortcut. Back up here. I'm trying to remember, actually. There wasn't anything in these windows, was there? Oh yeah, no, there was another life. Excellent. I don't know if I'm actually going to be needing them, but I occasionally die, like, once or twice, usually. Yeah, you need a total of 810 notes there. And let's finish this portrait. But yeah, no, you do need 94 of the 100 jiggies in order to actually face off against Grunty. Yeah, no, here's the machine. There we go. Oh, you're gonna have to. Oh, excuse me. That was actually quite an acidic burp there. My sincerest apologies. But however, because of the fact that we've 100%ed the game, we get a little bit of bonus content. First things first, we have these locations here that refill all of our ammunition. So yeah, 20 gold feathers, 200 eggs. Although I only had, I was only missing 3. And then finally this one here. Oh wait, no, actually, no, tell a lie. There's one more, I believe. I think it's on. Yeah, here. And this one is full of red feathers. Yeah, use those to fully replenish your stock. But most importantly, we come through here for our final portrait. You can step on here, fill it up. Red honeycombs, motherfuckers. We now have double our original health. Which is, if I'm honest, only really useful here. Yeah, for the actual final boss, unless you haven't gotten like the last 2 jiggies for whatever, and you just need to like damage boost through it. But yeah, no, it's all meeting up with Dingpot, who turns out to actually be not terribly loyal to Gruntilda, because he's actually going to help us. He's going to actually help us beat him. Doesn't appreciate being vomited on. When I've won, you'll watch the. It should trade out to Dingpot for a hot point. Unfortunately, yeah, we do have to jump in. We basically do have to jump into. We do have to jump into. Yeah. All of Grunty's goo and puke, and probably a few turds in order to get up there. There we are. Final boss. Yeah, bring it on, motherfucker. Alright, first things first, she's going to attack us with a fairly basic charge attack. I would actually argue that this is like sort of the first proper actual boss fight in this game. Anyway, she doesn't change gear properly. Shit. Yeah, the fireballs are pretty tricky to dodge at the best of times. But yeah, no, I think if you, basically, yeah, the idea with the fireballs is that they sort of follow your current trajectory, so if you change direction, you should be alright. They do start becoming more accurate as the fight goes on, though. Yeah, I'm not really here. Come here, come here. Come here, you fucking bastard. Anyway, yeah. Once you complete the phase, she drops out in cone piece. Oh yeah, shit, and she also launches a she also launches a homing spell, yeah. Alright, let's just take a bit of precision, because we need to start firing some eggs at her. Yep, got it. I can imagine this battle's actually being legitimately quite tough if you don't have the double health, but as long as you do have it, you're usually. Shit. You are usually alright for the most part. Just need to be a bit more cautious and concentrate a bit more. I've taken a fair bit of damage, and and she only drops so many honeycomb pieces. Okay, there's a pause. Yeah, there is also a pause in between her shots, so that's probably the best, your best opportunity to open fire. Gotcha. There we go. And yeah, if you use your gold feathers there, you'll be able to block her homing shot. Let's grab that for the extra hit. Alright, this is probably my least favourite phase, actually, because we've got to use the beat barge. I'm going to need to concentrate for this. It's also a little bit trickier to change direction as well when she uses the fireballs. Let's see if I can hit her from... There we go. Sniped. Oh my god, no! Whew. 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 I think Fred just shit his pants. Yeah, this is probably going to take a couple of attempts, if I'm honest. Because I'm a fuck up. Yeah. Nope. There we go. In the face. Gotcha. That's another hit. Crap. But yeah, no, at this point, yeah, we can't hit her from the sky anymore. Now we break out the Jinjos. Yeah. Basically, yeah, launch some eggs into these. When you get a quick second. And the Ginger will spawn. And she'll give him a nice good smack in the face. Try and do it in relatively quick succession as well, because she'll have to stop and pause whenever she gets hit. Okay, with that all done and dusted, we're already in the final phase. Block that shot. Yeah, and we're waiting for this, the Gingernator. Oh. Fuck me. Okay, I'm getting reckless here. There we go, we need to do it until the gate closes. I'm not too sure how she hits me. Oh, god damn it! Alright, we'll be right back once we get back to that final phase. There we go. I'm not a big fan of how that works, actually. And there we go. We have beaten the game, folks. The Gingernator is fully charged. He's ready to render Grunty into little bloody pieces. Well, not really. He's going to thwack into her a few times and she's going to fall off the roof there. I like my way a little bit better. A little bit more, gratuitous. Boosh. Douche. Goosh. Oosh. Foosh. Boosh. Oosh. Oosh. Zoosh. Super Saiyan douche! Yeah. She tries to throw one last spell, completely misses, but that somehow causes a huge amount of rubble to suddenly fall from nowhere, really. Like God is just deciding, okay, yo, fuck this chick, I'm gonna just I'm gonna just summon a bunch of boulders on top of her. Yeah, good luck with that, Klungo. And yeah, we basically get this last little cutscene of everybody relaxing on the beach. The walking innuendo in the back there. But yeah, no, this game is just an absolute corker. Yeah, even to this day, even after... So yeah, well, technically, yeah, it's 2019 now. When did this game come out? I think this game came out about 21 years ago, and even... Yeah, and although this is the Xbox 360 version, either way, it still feels as tight as a drum. Yeah, like, this game has simultaneously aged a lot, but also hasn't aged a day. And, yeah, I do hope, I think I've sort of certainly heard, like, that Microsoft's talking about, like, that they do have some ideas to sort of, like, for another Banjo-Kazooie game. And they've also been sort of quite open to the idea of Banjo and Kazooie potentially even appearing in Smash Brothers. I mean, like, I mean, if Joker from Persona 5 can get in, then I suppose anybody could really get in. And yeah, we get sort of another credits roll with all of the characters. Yeah, all of the various enemies that have appeared throughout the game. I think though, I think it's the same as the other cutscene though. If I was to skip this, that would technically also skip like some of the final bits and pieces, which are a little bit more relevant. So I'm going to hold on for the time being. Just not subtle in any way, shape, or form. But back when video games didn't have to be subtle, actually, they could just be really in your face about this sort of shit. Yeah, sorry. My knuckles have started cracking nowadays. But yeah, no. Even after all these years, I still come back and play through this game every so often. It is just one of those games where I can just pick up and play almost any time, really, without any problems whatsoever. The humour keeps me interested. The controls are excellent. The level design is tremendous. This is one of the best 3D platformers I've ever played, and it was the first fucking game I ever played. Like, Jesus Christ, I know how to pick them. God, that sounded smug, I do apologise. But yeah, no, next time we'll be tackling a Banjo-Kazooie game as well. We will be taking on Banjo-Tooie, which we'll also for that game we will also be tackling the we will also be tackling the Xbox Live version of that game as well. Like, very similar controls. Like, same with this game, so improved graphics, rendered in 1080p. Pardon me. But with that playthrough, because of how unbelievably massive that game is, I'm not 100% certain if I'm going to 100% that game. With that one, I might just get the mandatory number of jiggies, get all of the moves, and then just go after Grunty after I've done all of that. Maybe go after as many of the Cheeto pages as I can, so that I can, for all of the upgrades. Although even then, even if I was to go for 100%, that game would technically be more of a 99.99% run, because even in the 18 years that I've owned and played through that game, there is one particular thing that I have not yet successfully gotten, and that is the final Cheeto page from Canary Mary in Cloud Cuckoo Land, because the button the degree that you have to sort of time your button presses with that is something that I haven't gotten used to yet. Like, there is a common misconception. I'm sure I'll mention this again during that particular playthrough. There's a common misconception that you have to button mash as fast as humanly possible in order to beat her. Both times in Cloud Cuckoo Land. But in reality, it's actually more about timing your button presses at an appropriate moment. Because the idea is that the game is sort of trying to trick you. The faster that you mash, the faster she goes. So you sort of have to... So you basically have to time your button presses for it. Although, in all fairness, the developers at Rare have also admitted that they kind of screwed up the coding with her. And that that wasn't actually how it was supposed to go about. Strange how they didn't really change it up too much with the Xbox Live re-release, but then again, I suppose all they did was actually, no, hang on. If they could change the behaviour of the notes, they could probably change the behaviour of Canary Mary as well, surely. I'm not sure. Ah well, I'm not an expert in that sort of thing. Yeah. I will say though, although, oh hang on, yeah, we've got some more. We've got a couple more cutscenes. There isn't really too much purpose to these particular cutscenes. This is just Mumbo showing you the locations of the of some of the stop and swap items. Because I think like the idea with the original N64 version is that the stop and swap was also going to be sort of post-game content. Yeah, like you beat the game, but then you go through it. You go through the levels again to try and find all the stop and swap items for Banjo-Kazooie. Whereas now, it's kind of irrelevant because I've already got all of them. But yeah, no, like, as mentioned before, if you get all the stop and swap items in Banjo-Kazooie, not only can you access a few bits and pieces, I believe, in Banjo-Tooie to a certain degree, but you can also unlock a bunch of vehicle parts in Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts. Yeah, pictures show things you missed, secrets for a new game, Banjo-Kazooie. Actually, yeah, no, yeah, they also change it so that they do say, yeah, it's for Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts in this case. Although he is completely wrong that I didn't actually miss any of those. My thoughts on Nuts and Bolts, actually. I have a list of video games. I'm sure everybody has this list as well. Games that they like, that everybody else hates. And for me, Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts is one of those games. It is, I would say, it's actually probably within the top 3. Because at the moment, my top 3 games that I like that everybody else hates. Number 3 is Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts. Number 2 is Fallout 76, because yeah, I know that that doesn't mean in any way that I'm in any way, shape, or form condoning Bethesda for some of the really fucking stupid shit that they've been trying to pull lately. Yeah, like yeah. I mean, yeah, grant stuff like the canvas bags and the quality of the Nuka-Cola dark bottles is obviously like stuff that's probably worth talking about. But for me, I think it's also the stuff that I think they were trying to they started considering implementing loot boxes into the game. Haha, you missed the jump, you stupid scrub. But yeah, I think they had the idea of like maybe implementing loot boxes into the game. But I think by doing that, they would potentially be breaching a few new laws in the EU. So that would probably end up getting the game banned in a few countries here in Europe, particularly places like Belgium. But yeah, no, the actual game itself, I like just fine. It is a stripped down version of Fallout 4 with multiplayer elements. But honestly, I've been having plenty of fun with the game myself. That I am just, that I'm just not inherently bothered about it. As for my number 1, the game that I like that everybody else hates, easy, No Man's Sky. Everybody hates that game with the white hot intensity of 1,000 suns. I absolutely adore that game. Like, and I don't mean like, oh, I really like that game now that it's been patched and updated. No, I liked it when it first came out. Like, it was just an example of a game that was just made for me and like maybe 4 other people. If anybody out there actually watches Mark Kermode, he often refers to Howard the Duck, a film called Howard the Duck for that sort of thing. Just films that are made almost seemingly specific for you and nobody else. But yeah, no, that is the end of Banjo-Kazooie now. I hope you guys enjoyed this Let's Play. I certainly had a good time, filming it. Hopefully from here on out, my Let's Plays will be a little bit more, come out a little bit faster. But yeah, I want to try and set a proper schedule for it. Just like a day where I just do some recording. But yeah, although Banjo-Kazooie is the next game in the series, that won't be the next game that I'll be Let's Playing. Next time we meet up, we will be tackling Half-Life 2. So yeah, we're kind of going back to where we started with Portal about a year or 2 ago. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, everybody. I'll see you guys next time for the next playthrough. And Happy New Year.